But I want to shift to another thing that doesn't have a lot of time to figure out. And what you said to us the last time you were on was fascinating. You said that there were still teams interested in Deshaun Watson. Then Deshaun Watson's agent was posting photos of him working out with two young potential faces of the NFL at some point if they can end up making it. So the business side is saying like, hey, I can lump these guys with Deshaun Watson, even though the accusations and allegations are massive and in a plenty. Then you see Deshaun liking a tweet that said, hey, if you're playing this year, like this tweet. How could that all happen? And how could that happen feasibly within the next 5 days before camp, you said? And then we got 3 weeks until the season starts. That is, the judicial system's like much different, right? Isn't that a whole different world that we have no time for right now for Deshaun to play? Isn't like justice going to take a while over there, you think? Or is that not?
Yeah, justice always takes a while. And, the NFL is sort of out of the business of just waiting until justice handles it and then we'll figure it out. Because usually that's like 2 or 3 years later, right? Like guys will get a DUI, then get suspended 2 years later. And you're like, why did this guy get suspended? Oh, right, I kind of remember that. So the NFL has to proceed. And, yeah, I mean, there's, again, 5 days before camp. I haven't got the sense that Texans are moving forward and trading him at all. So for Watson, it's either, move forward as you've been, which is not wanting to play for the Texans at all, but having to report. And then, Mike Garafolo, my colleague, has reported that the NFL is not expected to put him on the exempt list. I would agree with that because no games are coming up. So it's going to be an awkward dance until and unless the Texans go, all right, fine, he's not playing for us, we'll trade him. But, I do think there are teams interested and that would trade for him before the legal situation is wrapped up. But would that allow the Texans to maximize his value in a trade? That's sort of a different question.
Okay, so you don't get the sense that this is quietly behind the scenes potentially getting wrapped up. What you're saying is this could take a couple years and there's NFL teams that are still interested even though they have no idea what could potentially be coming, or is that real?
Yeah, and I think, there's definitely some teams still interested. I know that. I think most teams are sort of thinking like, hey, if he gets, look, if you're trading for Deshaun Watson, you are not trading for him for this year. You're trading for him for 12 years. I mean, franchise quarterback who's young, who's awesome, a great player, like that's something that is a 12-year thing, right? So if he does get suspended this year, which certainly is in the realm of possibility, then I would say teams will deal with that and kind of move forward and kind of figure that one out.
All right, Ian, good luck out there figuring this whole thing out.